Hi, I am Ben Alexander and I have autism. Today, I'm going to share with you on how I deal with large crowds as an autistic person. There are lots of places where you can run into large crowds. For example, sporting events, concerts, movie theaters, theme parks, zoos, beaches, tourist attractions, restaurants, grocery stores, etc. Some will have larger crowds than others, so it is best to be prepared for all of them. And for me, dealing with large crowds is stressful for me because I'm claustrophobic, and all the sensory stuff with the autism and all that stuff, that doesn't help either. But yeah, I definitely feel a lot more claustrophobic in public, especially when I'm around people, and it stresses me out. It's like I'm trying to get around to get to my seat or wherever, or whatever I'm trying to do, and it makes it hard when there's a lot of people in the way. And I'm sure a lot of you feel this way, so it's just not a me thing, but yeah. And introverts feel the same way. Like, I know there's a lot of introverts out there, including myself. Like, I'd consider myself a big introvert for sure. But yeah, I'm an autistic introvert, and it gets stressful for me when I have to deal with large crowds. So I Googled tips about how to deal with anxiety about large crowds, and here's what I found. To manage anxiety in large crowds, you can prepare beforehand by planning routes, identifying escape points, and wearing comfortable clothing. Practice relaxation techniques like deep breathing. Use positive self-talk. Consider having a trusted person with you, and don't hesitate to take breaks in quieter areas if needed. And if you feel overwhelmed, find a calm space to regroup and remind yourself that you can leave whenever you need to. Key strategies: plan ahead, scout the location, research the venue beforehand to identify exit routes, less crowded areas, and potential safe spaces. Route planning: plan your entry and exit paths to minimize time spent in dense crowds. Comfortable attire: wear loose clothing and shoes that allow for easy movement. Mental preparation: positive self-talk. Use affirmations or mantras to combat negative thoughts, like "I can handle this" or "I am safe." Visualization: imagine yourself calmly navigating a crowd, focusing on a positive experience. Mindfulness: practice being present in the moment, focusing on your breath and surroundings to avoid getting overwhelmed. Relaxation techniques: deep breathing. Take slow, deep breaths to calm your body's response to stress. Progressive muscle relaxation: tense and then relax different muscle groups in your body. Social support: trusted companion if possible. Bring a friend or family member who can provide support and reassurance. Communicate needs: let your companions know that you might need to take breaks or leave early if anxiety becomes too intense. And managing the moment: take breaks. Find a quiet spot to sit or stand if you feel overwhelmed. Focus on your senses. Notice what you see, hear, and feel around you to stay grounded. Distraction: if possible, engage in a calming activity like listening to music or looking at a calming image. When to seek professional help: if your anxiety significantly impacts your daily life or prevents you from participating in activities you enjoy. If you experience panic attacks in crowded situations. And if you feel unable to manage your anxiety with self-help strategies. And I would say that this is solid advice. The only thing is, I would say it might not be possible to avoid a large crowded situation. I mean, if you can, leave. But that's not always possible. For example, you might be at a family gathering and you don't have a way to get home. You're relying on others for transportation. Or you're forced to do something for your work, and if you leave, you could end up getting fired or getting penalized at your work. So really, what do you do in this situation when you get into that situation? This is what I'm going to add. I would definitely try some of the things Google recommended, like positive self-talk, visualization, and mindfulness. And I think trying to be as positive as you can be is probably the best advice I can give you. And not letting the negative thoughts control you. And I know this is easier said than done, but if it does become to the point where it's overwhelming, like the Google article said, definitely go to seek professional help. So yeah, definitely take advantage of that. And yeah, focus on it's okay. It's okay. Tell yourself it's okay. Don't worry. And visualizing a success is a great one too, because if you could visualize being able to navigate tough crowds and overcoming the big crowds, you'll be less stressed and you'll feel much better about yourself. And I think mindfulness is very important too, because you need to focus on the things that make you successful and focus on the things that make you happy instead of making you feel miserable. And, focusing your mind on the present instead of the past or the future. And I struggle with this a lot too, but being on this channel, I'm very present in the moment. Whenever I'm talking to you guys, I'm very present because I want to do a good job on my videos. And again, it doesn't have to be content creation or YouTube, or it could be something else like, I don't know, playing video games, studying for a test, washing the dishes, playing sports, things that can make you focus and you're passionate about. I don't know if everybody is passionate about washing dishes. There could be people, and if you are, let me know in the comments. But just finding things that you can gravitate towards and that you're talented in, focusing on those things makes you more present in the moment, I feel like. And if you have to work towards something, it definitely makes it to where you are more present in the moment. And when I struggle with mindfulness, I'm always worried about my mistakes ruining the rest of my life, and I'm always thinking about the next thing, really making the present impossible to enjoy, and that is not a good thing at all. And like I said, content creation gets me grounded, and I'm focused and determined to give you the best videos, and it gives me a lot of joy and fulfillment. So how about you? What tips do you use to deal with anxiety of large crowds? Let me know in the comment section, and I would love to hear from you. And if you don't like sharing, that's fine too. Don't worry. And I do know that I appreciate you listening to me and supporting me and watching to the end of this video. And that's all I have. And I hope you got something out of this. And I'll see you in the next video.